I don't want to be associated with you. That was his own blood brother, he said.
Yeah. Listen, this got really tough. He also said things like, he doesn't feel like putting Ariana on the pedestal, like what's going on with America. And he said things a little bit like that.
Brian Sandoval, the brother. I mean, if anybody knows what the brother does, because apparently the brother is a doctor.
Well,
And I
he's
mean,
not going to be coming on this podcast if he's private.
he's very private. And Sandoval got a big guest. You got Jerry O'Connell, who's been on your show. I listened to that interview. It was fantastic.
Jerry has been on. Jerry, that's another example. You always get them, guys. We were working with CBS and he was hosting the Love Boat. And they said, look, you got to talk mostly about the Love Boat. And I said, well, I love the Love Boat, but I'm also going to talk about Bravo. Get Jerry on the show. Look, his podcast is doing decent, Tom's. Can I just say something? Because
say it.
I'm not. I think he has regrets. Sure, he said, when you and I saw him, when I asked him about the season, he said it's a very tough season of Vanderpump Rules. I just hope that between Tom telling me at the show this was a tough one, I hope that Lala saying she was so checked out and it was so we've never in our lives, had this in our friend group. I just hope it's not hype. I hope it's not hype. I have to be honest with you. There's a lot of naysayers about the Beverly Hills and the Potomac trailer that we talked about last week. A lot of people are like, Potomac, I don't even know what we just witnessed. What was that? And a lot of people are saying about Beverly Hills, like this, where's the real drama? And then a lot of people do say they're over Kyle and Lauren. So I don't know. I'm excited for both, more for Beverly Hills. I just hope with Vanderpump Rules, it's not all hype. I mean, look, Lala knows what she's doing at this point. They all do.
They all do. They're
shitstorm. Sandoval.
They all are so smart. Right? Oh, they're genius. I mean, Tom's a genius. I mean, Tom's making money hand over fist. Schwartzy's making money. They're all doing the best they've ever done. I mean, James Kennedy, you just sent me the flyer for James Kennedy's like world tour. I mean, or whatever, US tour. I mean, the guy has like 50 dates. I mean, yes. Again, I've always said this, and I was never a Vanderpump fan until Scandoval and, thanks to you. And like, I never even cared about James Kennedy. I never would have gone. Now I would like totally see him do a DJ set. I mean,
I've seen him, girl. I've gone to James Kennedy shows. Now, look, I mean, Paris Hilton gets $1 million a night, and the DJ James Kennedy is no Pauly D, guys. But yeah, like all those dates I sent you, that is a huge chunk of change. Like, he has the nice little house now, put in a pool. I think he has a pool. Like, everybody is winning from this except our girl, Raquel. Everybody.
Yeah. And, like we've always said, hopefully with Rachel, it's about her mental health. Like, it's about her mental health. She's supposedly launching a podcast. Hopefully that comes out soon. Maybe it coincides with the new season. I hope she's doing well because they are all making a fortune.
Some people look, there are housewives. You think of housewives, like I had on Joyce Gerard. She's very good friends with Lisa Vanderpump. She has her husband's a big director. She has money. She was an actress before this. Like, she's truly not like, there are people that it's just not for them. They look at, they look at Tom and Kyle and Vanderpump and they're like, what a sad life. What a sad life that you have to be in the papers fighting the angst. Like, it's not for everyone. Just because 99% of the people in the world are fame whores and want the dollar, and a lot of people are just like, it's just not for me. They don't need to go on a reality reckoning like Bethany Frankel, because they realize it's just like the twins from New Jersey. They came, they saw, they said, what the fuck? And they left. Now, granted, season 6 of RHOJ, the people say is one of the worst in history. I think it's a classic, and the twins didn't have a choice but to come back. But I mean, they don't want to do an interview on RHOJ. There's a difference between, I don't want to talk about this, but I'll come on your podcast, David, and then we talk about it, versus like, I don't even want to come on. Like, I just don't want to be associated with this. Mm-hmm. So there's just people that it's just not for them. It's not for everyone, Sarah.
Yeah, it's true. It's not. And Rachel, it may absolutely not be for her. It certainly sounds like from previous interviews that it's really not.
It's not. I agree, but we would love to talk to Rachel. And I just feel like I hope it's a good season of Vanderpump Rules. Tom now has a podcast. They're all winning. Yes, he said that about the brother. And we don't even talk about Sandoval anymore. And I mean, listen, the only thing I want to say, I'm not sticking up for Tom Sandoval. Sarah's like, oh, this is going to get you a lot of hate.
Yeah, good. Let's go.
Look, is this different than breaking up with people? Sure. But this is how I live my life. Like, I will wake up and I will have something I have to deal with. It's not a breakup with someone that I'm living with for 9 years, but whatever it is, I just put it to the B list because I just don't have time to deal with it. Sometimes those are emotional conversations with whoever. And then, it's like 2 weeks later and it's like, well, I'm not afraid to deal with this. I just have been so busy. So when Tom says, oh, sorry, Ariana, I just got really busy and I never got around to breaking up with you. I actually understand it. I understand it. Sarah's like, oh, God, girl,
no.
you want that. You haven't had hate in a long time, David.
Yeah, you love the hate.
I mean, I don't love the hate, but I understand the concept of it when you're like touring with a band and launching a podcast. And I mean, it's, he was probably the beginning stage. I don't know.
I don't think the show was near getting canceled. I don't think he had that much going on. I think he had plenty of downtime to break up with her. Why he didn't, I still feel like I don't have a clear answer on that. I just don't. I don't feel like, I mean, all we know, which most relationships that get to a point where someone's cheated have, especially in like a 9-year relationship, okay? Something was majorly wrong. They had a major disconnect for quite a while. I don't know. Do you feel like you know what that is? I still don't feel like we really know what that is. Like,
I think the same as Kyle and Mo, like friends, like just coexisting friends. And, you become friends and,
I don't understand this. I've been with my husband like 10 years. I don't understand. Every relationship is work. I think that's the thing. Like, people have this misconception that, they believe like what that their grandparents like met at an old dance and they looked at each other from across the way and they fell in love. And then it was so easy for 65 years. It's relationships. The reason that you have to show up every single day and you should be in premarital counseling. 110%. Oh, you should never marry somebody because you don't know how they're going to really react. Parenting brings up so many problems from your past, your childhood, the way your parents parented. People are never religious till they have a child and they see themselves in that kid. And then all of a sudden they want the child to have spirituality or they don't. Your ass needs to be in therapy. So I still don't know what came between those two. I have no clue, but there was a major disconnect that I think he brushes over and she brushes over. And why is that? I stand by, I think it was probably over for both of them. They both knew it. They had this affair. I think Lisa Vanderpump got on the phone, darling, I just want you to know, go to Tom Sandoval's house